Okay, so on this third video, this one will be pretty quick. I believe it's just one slide. So right here, we're going to look at when given a graph of a one-to-one function, how do I graph the inverse? So recall that the x and y values switch places to create the inverse function. So your x becomes y and your y value becomes your x. So you just swap them. So simply use the coordinate notation here where that's all you're going to do, switch the x and y, find the ordered pairs of the inverse function, and then from there we'll graph it. So just a little note here that this notation creates a reflection across the line y equals x. And that's something I talked about in the very first video. So that's all we're going to have to do here. So these first couple down here, they're pretty much set up and ready to go. I even have that line of reflection there. This line right here is y equals x right there. That's this dashed line. So all I have to do is swap the x and y. And so my first point, when I swap them, it's still -5, -5. And then on the second point, when I swap it, it'll become -3, 0, which is going to be over here. And then 2, 1 will become 1 up 2. And then 5, 3 will become 3 up 5. And then we'll go ahead and connect those dots. And there we go. That's going to be my inverse function of the given function in red right there. So pretty simple, not too bad. All you do is just switch them. So that's what we'll do on this next one. Now you notice I do have an arrow on the end, so it goes out indefinitely. So we'll just want to make that on my inverse that I draw. So right here, -5, -3 will now be -3, -5, which is about right here. And then let's see, 0, -2 will now be -2, 0. So I just swap the x and y. Same thing here. So this will become -1 up 3, which is about right there. And then the last one, 4, 0, will now be 0 up 4. So I'm up here. So now when I draw this, the function starts up there and goes down, and then I do want to put an arrow on the end, just kind of like how the original function had an arrow right there. Okay, so I just have one left for us to look at. The only difference on this one is that, I don't have my line of reflection. You can draw it if you want, you don't have to. I'm going to go ahead and swap the x and y values. So let's see, this first one is at -3, 0, and so that's going to swap down to 0, -3 now. Then over here we're at -1, 2. Now that's going to be over 2, down 1. And then this point right here, let's see, that's going to be at 5, 3. Now we're going to be at 3 up 5 right there. And we'll go ahead and connect those dots here and here. And then I just continue it on with an arrow since it keeps going up indefinitely. And then if I wanted to, let's see, I could put my line of reflection here, and we would see that this is a reflection of the original. So you can see that line crosses right through it right there, and everything is a reflection across that. And really, that's it. So don't overthink it. To graph an inverse, you just swap the x and y values, and there you go.